Marketing. Best known beats best designer every single time. Something I am learning, and we've been talking about
Oh,
marketing today. And every day we are having Elizabeth join us from Cinquini Design. I know a lot of designers get referrals, and I get referrals from business partners. I get referrals from other clients, but um, I want to grow my business, and so it can't just be that. It has to be, you know,
yeah.
different sources for
Market. Yeah, you need to
marketing.
constantly be getting in front of new people, right? Being able
Right.
to reach a new audience. So the more people that can know about you and what you do in your business that you can help, the better. So
Yeah.
that's really the importance of marketing and why we have to keep doing marketing and we can't just do it, get a client and stop. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong is like when they're busy and their schedule is full, they don't do marketing as much, but you really
Mhm.
have to be marketing the whole time. This way you're building that pipeline
Yep.
and you can stay fresh in people's minds, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, I have that problem. Even though I have somebody who helps me with the social media, and even
Yeah.
though I have somebody that helps me with marketing, and Taylor, my operations and office coordinator, she does the email marketing, helps me with that. It's still like there is a showing up
Mhm.
in every other place too. Like for me, marketing is doing networking events and business connection events, right? And like you have an event coming up, which is like actually a form of marketing too, right? You want to talk about it?
Oh, 100%. Um, yeah, so I'm designing for this event here in Naples called Naples Tables, and it's a huge charity event. They get probably 500 attendees, and each table is designed by a different interior design company. So it's a great place to showcase your work, meet a ton of people in the community, and network with the industry. So I'm excited about that. I've
Yeah.
never done it before, but again, it's just it'll get me in front of a whole different audience of people that I've never met before,
Yeah.
you
So
know?
it's finding those opportunities to be in front of people. Like I do events, and as I actually host events, but that entails again a lot of marketing because people can't come to my event if they don't know about it, right? Getting into doing other people's events, right? Doing events with other people so you tap into their audience. I'm doing podcasts, which is marketing too, because
Yeah.
we're tapping into each other's audience. And there's like I'm doing with business owners, I'm also doing with mission-driven business owners, and that is vegan business owners. And so their mission is, compassion, saving animals, which is part of what I am like as the leading expert in vegan interior design, not using animals. And so we have a very similar clientele. And, that's part of doing the podcast, expanding my network. But what other, like, and you know what? The thing is that there were times that I've just shown up and I kept going on and making posts and stuff like that. And then, like, it doesn't seem like things hit, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what are you doing when that happens? Because I know you're showing up. I actually like your post
Yeah.
the other day or yesterday. I
Thank
think
you.
it was the video of the beach in Italy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That was interesting.
Yeah, I think so. When it comes to social media, because let's face it, that's the biggest platform, right? You have unlimited reach potential there. So, I mean, I want to be utilizing that all the time. But I think you really got to kind of sit down and take a look at, okay, what differentiates me from everyone else that's doing what I do?
Right.
What is unique? What's important to me, like to position my business and then really tailor your content around that because as interior designers, a lot of the messaging is similar, right? So
Right.
for you that you do vegan design, that's something that I would, kind of pull out as a highlight and focus on with my content.
Right.
But for me, like traveling and incorporating like treasures from my travels and like really curating spaces that are different and like super personal, that's something that I love. So now I'm making more content tailored around that, right? Because those are
Yeah.
the projects that really excite me. And so I want to tap into people that see that and are like, "Oh, I love this," like, "Yes, that's my girl," like,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
so you just gotta find a way to connect with people, and I think once you kinda dive deep into what it is that makes you different and you really enjoy and, like, niche down a little bit,
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
that's
I
another thing too. You're definitely gonna make posts about, like, keeping it a little bit broad, but I think, have a little bit of both is really good.
I agree. And I think people
People.
when they get to know you, they start to they may like you and trust you. So it's showing up as yourself as like who you are
Yeah.
so that people can relate to it because they're not nobody's doing business with especially this kind of very personal relationship with
Yeah.
our clients. Even if you do commercial work, it's still personal because you've got to like if you're helping a business owner create their office, like how is the office run? Like you're really getting very
Very
detailed
personal.
into how
Yes.
their life is and like how it functions, right?
Yeah.
So they're not doing business with the business. They're
Mhm.
doing business with the people of the business, And I know that when I do business with other businesses, like I'm not doing like Electric Company Inc. Like
Yeah.
that's the business. I'm doing it with yeah, I'm doing it with the people in the business, right? And the better that I connect with them, better service I get, the better connection I have, the more I do business with them. And I can see it in the relationships that I create with my trades and my vendors because when we're working along and we're knowing each other and we get each other, then like things flow easier. And so when you show up and as your authentic self talking about things like you, like your travel or me with veganism and cruelty free, there are people out there that relate to that and say, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's who I want. That's who I identify with. Oh, she's going to get me cuz she likes to travel."
Right.
And it may be something simple like that or it may be more complex,
Mm.
maybe 3 or 4 things.
Yeah.
But um, it's making that content to do that. And that's the hard part, right?
Yeah. Like, I was actually thinking because I love to do, like, vintage shopping
Mm,
for
me
homes,
too.
right?
Yeah, me
So,
too.
really just on my own personal time, like, I love doing it, and I'm like, "Why don't I start shooting content about that?" Like, because I
Right.
get so excited when I find,
I
like,
know.
most amazing treasure, but I
Yeah.
don't really share that, and so I was actually thinking, I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna start making more content about that."
Yeah, I know. I'm
You know?
obsessed with I love old things because there's we strip with modern interiors, we strip so many of the details, so many of the little elements that really make this like so rich and thoughtful and complex, the piece, whatever it is. And I love looking at old stuff. Old stuff. I swear it's ridiculous.
It's great to mix old with new,
Yeah,
right?
I
We don't
love that too.
all old, we don't wanna have all new, but, like, how you curate it and how you mix old with new and vintage and eclectic, like, how you mix that all
Yeah.
together, like, that's what I love, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I love that too. But we have to let, and I know that that's something that I struggle with.
Yeah.
And I,
Like, in the moment, be like, "Okay, I gotta film something, I have
right.
to, make the time to do it."
So one thing that a mentor had said to me was posted, not perfect, which
Yeah.
is just make it and post it and don't worry about it because there's 7 billion people in this world. Like how many people are actually seeing your content?
Yeah.
And then how long is it going to stay around for? Really, because by the time it's seen, it's gone and the next thing is coming in. So you have to stay relevant. And,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, all right. I forget about putting on my lipstick,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
And I think also too, you have to update your content, right? Like photos, videos,
Yeah.
things like every year you should have something new.
Yeah. Well, I think people I believe that clients are looking at that and they're looking at like how do you show up? When you're
Yeah.
showing up and you haven't posted for 6 months or you haven't done something for 3 months or 2 years, they're like, "Well, how are they going to show up on the project?"
Right. Yeah, because they could think that you're not like, oh, maybe you're not working anymore. I mean, it could be the opposite. You could be super busy and just don't have the time.
Right.
Either way, you know. we have to show up.
Yeah, show up. Number one rule of business, according to Grant Cardone,
Yeah.
which is show up, right?
Yeah.
You just have to show up. So, I'm constantly making like, okay, what is the next thing right now? We were just talking about marketing and talking about, okay, now we're doing we've got a system for our emails, and now we have to track it too to see. We were creating a little tracking system, easy tracking system to see like what actually works, right?
Okay.
Like, and that's what I do with my Instagram posts and my Facebook posts. We're like, okay, what is actually like what is doing well? And then double down on those things that people are liking, right? So, for instance, on my email list, people aren't that crazy for my podcast emails, but they do like my project emails.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, well, we got to do
Or a
more of
project.
that to engage it, right? And um get people it's remembering us. It's really just to keep us at top of mind. So when someone says, "Hey, I really need help with my house. I just bought a new house or something." Like, "Oh, I know the perfect person." So when you're marketing, you're showing up, you're showing like what you do,
Mhm.
who you do it for, why you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because people will remember. So even if when they see it, they
Yeah,
don't they don't need they don't need it at that exact moment,
right.
but you keep showing up, maybe a month from now or 6 months from now, they'll have a project and they've been seeing you the whole time
Yeah,
working, communicating, showing projects, like showing up
right.
and being relevant, and then it's kind of a no-brainer. It's like, "Oh, I'm gonna contact that person because I really like them and I see what they're doing." But if you
Right.
disappear for 3 months, then when that opportunity comes up, they're not gonna think of you.
Oh, and it's also showing up, showing what you do because I get people call me and they're like, "Oh, well, do you do kitchens and baths?" I'm like, "Absolutely." And so I'm thinking, okay, clearly I'm not, showing that I'm actually doing kitchens and baths. Although, like, I have recent projects with kitchens and baths, and okay, I need to show up more that way so that
Yeah.
people who are watching me are saying, "Oh, it's not just furnishings. Like, no, I'm doing kitchen. I'm doing a whole renovation." Yes. Well, it is constant. I
Yeah.
think it's having a system, system, and just building it one step at a time. If you're an interior designer and you're not doing anything, just saying, okay, I'm going to do 2 posts a week and see, and then add what's the next thing and what's the next thing, because you're never gonna be doing it all. So you can,
I
you
think
know,
it's really helpful to, like, build it into your calendar, your schedule,
yeah,
like, set aside an hour or 2
yeah,
to brainstorm, like, what kinda content you wanna make, or
right,
to actually, if you're doing it yourself, work on the content, but you definitely should plan it into your schedule
yeah,
that's top of mind, because like, "Oh, what did we work on last week? Let's make posts about it," you
yeah.
know, just to keep fresh content, like, every week.
Yeah, I do a day in the life of the designer, which is just stuff that I've been like, what did I do all day? Especially I do it on like the days that I'm busier out of office because there are like Mondays I like to be in the office for the most part, just kind of pulling in everything that I'm going to need for the week and strategizing for the week and looking ahead. But then there's days that I'm out like on site and then I'm stopping a showroom and then I don't know what I'm doing, but
Yeah,
going here and going there. And then I'm like, okay, got all those together and
yeah.
on a day in the life of people are interested in those actually. They want to see what does an interior designer actually do? This is what we do. We do a lot, as you all know.
But sometimes we're running around so crazy, we forget to take the content.
Yes, I know.
Happens
All
all the
the
time.
all
I'm
the
like, "Oh my god,
time.
I just went, like, from one thing to another for 6 hours, and I didn't do it." Like, today, I actually did a photo shoot today to have more, like, marketing content,
Right.
but I didn't take any content while
You
I was
didn't take
doing
any photos of you doing a photo
no.
shoot, you know? I know. It's like I gotta take a photo of me doing a photo shoot. A photo of a photo of a photo of a photo, like, okay, right. But,
Yeah,
it's you're sole proprietor and
yeah,
you're putting it in and, AI can be so helpful for this if you don't know what to do, if you don't even know where to start. Like, just pop it into your AI and say, I just
Like
need,
topics and stuff and
yeah,
skip for some direction, for posts.
right. What can I do? What can I talk about for, like, if you're an interior designer, you know your craft. You know stuff about lots of things that most people don't know about, and so you,
Yeah.
even if you just talk about something for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, which is what we do here. Like on this thing, Elizabeth and I say, okay, what do we want to talk about this week? Because what's been bothering us or what are we working on? And there's always something because we're always have our foot into like different pots. It's like, is it this one? Is it that one? You
Yeah.
know, I literally just came from talking about marketing with my team and like, oh, we got to talk about marketing because like it could be building. It's always building. Yeah. Yeah. So and I've been using AI to like help me. I find that it's great for like, it doesn't always tell me what to do, but what it does do is it gets me out of that. Okay. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's good when you put in like a little summary of like what you want to talk about, but then it can like bullet point it for you and like break it down into like 5 posts for the week. You can
Right.
be specific. It's just
It helps. What's that called? Brainstorm. It's sort of like a brainstorm, and when you're working by yourself and you don't have anybody else to bounce ideas off of, it's a great way of just saying, "Okay, I just need a few ideas to get me going." And once I get the ideas, I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay. That's a good idea. I'll talk about this, I'll talk about that." And like this is why, and I start getting a little more juicy because you get in working on your business or you're in a design project and your mind is super focused on that and it's hard to jump out of, especially I find,
yeah.
like if I'm working on a design project, I'm totally in that. Like I just want to talk about the furniture and like or if I'm like totally into whatever if I'm working on the business, like I can't think of design.
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
like
And I think it's super helpful, like with Instagram or your social media presence, to have somebody else that's not you, that doesn't work in your company, look at it, look at your feed, read your posts, and see what they think about it as far as what are you communicating? Because we know like what we want to say, but is that really what's landing with somebody like a potential client or somebody that's looking at our feed? Like,
right.
because there could be a disconnect, or you may think you're saying something, but it's really not being communicated. So
Yep.
that's super helpful too. Like, I had a social media person do an Instagram audit for me and do that. And it was really helpful.
Yeah, that's really
Look
helpful.
at the bio, look at your posts, your photos, like everything. Just,
Right.
you know,
And then say, okay, this is the direction you need to go.
yeah, and gives you like little hints and tips of like what you can do to change. And it's actually it was exactly what I needed.
Right.
Because it gives you a focus now, and even like some ideas for content she gave me. So that was super
Yeah.
helpful. So you can even do things like that.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah. There's lots of ways. It's just getting that sort of kick to little
Just to like save
inspiration.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's
save time.
little hacks and little tricks, anything to help you like save time. And instead of like you obsessing over it, like, what should I post? What am I doing? Like hire an expert, even if it's just to do like an audit of your
A
Instagram,
quick audit. Yeah,
you know,
exactly. To
if you
get you started, to get you
exactly
going.
like if you can't have somebody that's going to like do all your content for you every month, because that's a huge expense. So, I
It
mean, there
is.
are different price levels of things that you can do.
Sure. But if you're not ready to make that investment, just doing an initial investment, which is an audit that gets you, like, okay, this is, good. Do it for 6 months and see what the impact has, and then have another audit. Like, did you make an impact? I mean, you're going to see things like, you know, subscribers or followers increase. You're going to see views increase. But you have to really make sure you're making. Okay, now la- it gets down to tracking your KPIs,
Hmm.
which is like another level of your social media. But
Yeah.
some of that you can just do very easily on a piece of paper that is like, how many subscribers did I have this week? And then and how many views did I get? How many times did I post? Just start
Exactly.
simple. And then on the same sheet, the following month, how many times did I post? How many subscribers did I get? How many views, did I get or
What
shares?
kind of posts are people interacting with?
Right. And then you'll see like, oh, look at this post. Like I've been I've been getting like 5 people subscribe every week, let's just say. And then all of a sudden you get 20 people subscribe
Right.
or you get 1,000 views. Okay,
Yes,
so what did you do that got that 1,000 views?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I remember getting one and it went to 1,000,000 views. It was crazy. It was this big piece of stone being put on this countertop. I'm like, "What?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I would love to have more of those." Of course, I have to have the content. You have to have the content, but now you're like, "Okay, what?" It wasn't just a big piece of stone moving there. Like, this is an inside view of what happens on a project.
Yeah.
So maybe you don't always have those big pieces of stone being moved, but maybe it's just okay. People want to see what you're doing on a project. What does that mean? Yeah. So, yeah, I got to work on marketing. Constant, constant, constant.
Marketing is always important. You always have to be working on it.
Yeah. And networking and building, keeping let, yeah. And, just me being known
Mhm.
that people know you. So they know you. So then they know that you are there
Yeah.
and that you're alive, like, and available, alive and available
And
for work.
working.
Yeah. And working. Exactly. So, well, we're here every week talking about and drinking the design tea. And of course, if anybody has any questions, yeah, please ask us questions. We're here. We talk about stuff that was bothering us or we're working on in our businesses. And we hope that by
Um,
sharing it,
any anything that's coming up in our business.
yeah. And, as a sole proprietor, it can be difficult you think you're alone, which is why Elizabeth and I had started these conversations because we're like, oh, we have the same kind of mindset. And, we started sharing ideas and here we are now
Yeah,
chatting
give
about it on.
their advice and helping
Yeah.
each other. Like, how would you handle this? Or has this happened to you? And it's been super helpful. So
Yeah.
we can do
Totally.
that with you guys out there and help you. That's what we want to do. So
Yeah, because there's so many things they don't teach you in design school, which is pretty much everything about business. Although I think they're changing really. They'll teach you all about design, but they don't teach you anything about business. Although I think that is changing a bit. I think
I
they're
hope
having,
so.
yeah, because really, if you're a designer and you want to have your own firm, if you're not going to work for somebody,
Mhm. You need to learn
um,
these things.
you got
Learn
to
them
learn.
by going through them, trial and error, and
Yeah, and nobody tells you.
making
Nobody
mistakes.
told me. I'm like, oh my goodness, nobody told me. So anyways, I will have news next week because I'm through the interview process, so I'll tell
Oh,
you
you're gonna
next
make
week.
a decision?
Making a decision, yes, and it sucks because you know why?
Wow. You said
Really
that
good
they were that's
candidates.
amazing.
Like the ones that I interviewed, they're really good. Like I would have hired probably all of them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I'm like they were enthusiastic, they were knowledgeable, they were interested. They were smart, they were capable, they were, like, ready to jump in, and they had great attitudes. I'm like, "Shoot, shoot." I feel
Yeah.
bad because I would really like to. Yeah, so I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess I gotta grow faster so I can hire more people because
You have a whole list of good candidates.
potential." So, but the misnomer that's going around that what is it, Gen Z? Gen Zs don't work? No, they do. You just gotta find the right ones. Got Taylor here on my team. Fantastic. As you know, she got promoted to operations and office coordinator.
Nice.
Um, yeah, like they work hard. It's just finding the right one. So if you're not finding good people, maybe like you gotta look at like, are
What are
you a
you
good person to work
communicating?
for? Well, are you a good person to work for? Like, what's happening over there? But
Yeah.
really, I thought hands down, these are really great candidates. So now I have to call them and tell them.
Okay.
No,
Well, we're excited to hear what happens.
me too. Me too. Yeah.
All right, so I guess we'll see everyone on our next design team.
Yeah, every Tuesday around 4 o'clock. We say around 4 because usually I'm doing something wrong. I forget to hit record, forget to get live. Those just the simple things.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm getting better.
Which is important for marketing, learning how to hit record.
I can't tell you how many times I have done a video and I didn't realize I wasn't recording. Oh my
You're
God.
getting better. You're getting better.
I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I know how to turn on my phone.
You're getting better at working the live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see
Next.
everyone next week. Join us at 4 o'clock on Tuesdays. Bye. See ya.